of the fine umpires in the National League. Two men on with 2 outs. Outside, I was talking earlier about the Jerome Holtzman story about the umpires, and the umpires were talking about how appreciative they were that Peter Uberoth, the commissioner, went to bat for them last fall, and the commissioner quoted as saying, hey, the umpires are not stagehands. They're out there center stage with the players, and they're very important to the game, and indeed they are. 2 men on with 2 outs. The count is 2 balls and 2 strikes on Moreland. Full count. Rick was trying to get Moreland to chase the breaking pitch away, and now we'll see if he's going to be forced to come in with a fastball. Rod Say is on deck. Runners will be breaking. The Cubs lead 2-0 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Payoff pitch. And a fly ball to shallow left center field. Marvell has it. The Cubs, no runs, 1 hit. And Chicago leaves 2 men on base. After 5, it's the Chicago Cubs 2 and the Pittsburgh Pirates nothing.
Shine on, Rusty Jones.
Hi, I'm Rusty Jones, the one new car option that appreciates in value. With my gloss treatment, your car will shine on and on. I'll stay with you summer and winter, day and night, not even a coffee break, keeping your car shining on for as long as you own it. So it'll be worth more at trade-in time. Ask for me, Rusty Jones Car Saver System.
Shine on, Rusty Jones.
We're Beatrice.
Give me a light. Bud Light. If you just ask for a light beer, you never know what you'll get.
Bud Light!
So if you want the less filling light beer with the first name and taste, don't just ask for a light beer.
Give me a light.
Ask them to bring out their best. Bud Light. Because everything else is just a light.
Nearly 100 years ago, children in France and America gave their pennies to help raise the torch of liberty. Now age and weather have weakened it. Only you can keep the torch lit. Send your contribution to The Lady, Box 1986, New York, or call 1-800-THE-LADY.
As we go to the top of the 6th inning, it's time for our first Federal Trivia question of the 1985 season. Our thanks to Jim Bowden for helping me research this question. We went way back into the Pirate library for this one. In 1960, the Pirates played the home opener against the Cincinnati Reds. Now, this is the home opener in 1960. The question is, who hit the first home run at Forbes Field in that 1960 season? And the choices are A, Roberto Clemente, B, Dick Grote, C, Bill Mazeroski, and D, Bob Skinner.
Good question.
Everyone knows who hit the last home run at Forbes Field that year, but who hit the first in Pittsburgh in 60, 25 years ago.
Well, so the immediate reaction would be, hey, it's probably not Bill Mazeroski. But sometimes, Lanny, I don't trust you on this question.
Gee, thanks a lot. It's our 5th year together, and you're talking like that. Bill Madlock 0 for 2. Fly ball to left in the 1st inning. Looked at a called 3rd strike in the 3rd. Our first regular season telecast, working along with our producer Ray Markoff, and I guess on our next telecast we'll be teamed up again with director Dave DeMena.
Well, since they televised so many games here in Wrigley Field, we are on what they call a split, televised here and back to Pittsburgh.
Capable hands of Arnie Harris. Popped up, second baseman Ryan Sandberg, with the glasses down, makes the catch. Madlock is out number 1. Eddie Wade has just informed us that the Pirates will work out tomorrow from 12 to 1. And then the second game of the 85 season, Thursday afternoon. Jim Rooker and I will have the play-by-play on the Pirate Radio Network. Airtime on Thursday, 2:05. The home opener is Friday night. The Hickory High School Band will perform under the direction of Jim Moffitt. Bill Mazeroski throws at the first pitch. I understand that ceremonies will start about 5:30 on Friday, so I know you want to be there early enough to see all of the pregame festivities and meet the 85 Buccos.
And the gates will be open as early as 4:30 if you want to go.
Jason Thompson walked in the second and doubled in the fourth inning. Bit of a dispute on that play as to whether the ball was either touched in foul territory or whether it bounced off the wall before coming down in fair territory. Chuck Tanner's Buccos trailing 2-0. And a strike, 2-1.
I would like you to tell everybody what your wife gave you recently to commemorate the start of the campaign.
Boy, nothing is private, is it? Ground ball to second. Sandberg to Durham. Yes, in my Easter basket Sunday morning was a little plaque that said, "We interrupt this marriage to bring you the baseball season." 2 down. Here's George Hendrick. See if I ever tell you anything private anymore.
Good going, Liz.
2-0, the Cubs lead. Jim Fry, second year as the Chicago manager. Did a really fine job with this Cubs ball club, leading them to the Eastern Division title. The Cubs on top 2-0. Again, today's first Federal Trivia question. We want you to name the Pirate player who hit a home run, hit the first home run at Forbes Field in the '60 season. Was it Clemente, Grote, Mazeroski, or Skinner?
Well, I know all 4 of those people were in the lineup on that particular opening day.
Bob Skinner was in the #1 spot that opening game in Milwaukee in 1960. Here's Mike Bielecki. Popped up, foul territory, and drops for a strike, 1-2. Mike Bielecki is listed as the 5th starter, but the Pirates will not need that 5th starter in this first week, so Mike would work out of the bullpen. A sunny day in Chicago, but a bit on the cold side.
Well, those people happen to be in the shade, and it is downright cold in the shade in Wrigley Field.
Rick Sutcliffe, however, is working in the sunshine. 1 ball and 2 strikes, nobody on, 2 down, and the Chicago Cubs on top 2-0. Say to Durham, the Pirates are retired in order, and we'll be coming back with the answer to today's first Federal Trivia question. After 5.5, it's the Cubbies 2 and our Pirates 0. We're here at First Federal of Pittsburgh talking with a First Federal customer. Why do you keep your nest egg here? Because First Federal makes it easy to save with a wide range of certificates of deposit that mature when you want, and you get high interest and even more flexibility with an insured First Federal money market account, so your investments really grow. That looks pretty good. First Federal of Pittsburgh. Come in first for savings.
We were working Yellow Pages out of Bell Atlantic. A local shopkeeper couldn't beat the competition, so she beat it out of town.
You want to tell us about it, ma'am?
I don't know what to say.
Your competition does. Frank?
Is there at?
In the Yellow Pages.
And you're just a name and a number.
I guess I was wrong.
Right.
On March 3rd, the subject put an ad in the Yellow Pages. She's now serving more customers than ever. She gave them the facts in the Bell Atlantic Yellow Pages.
Hi, this is Bill Matlock. Not the Mad Dog, not the dog, just plain Bill Matlock. That's why I come here. Here, I get the respect I deserve.
Here, Mr. Matlock.
Thank you.
Come see the dog take on the cards on Purina Dog Chow Calendar Day, Sunday, April 14th at 1:35. Free pirate calendars to the first 15,000 fans. Call 323-1150 for tickets. And let's take a look at the answer to today's first Federal Trivia question. In 1960, 25 years ago, the Pirates played the home opener against Cincinnati. We wanted the name of the Pirate player who hit the first home run at Forbes Field in 1960. What was your guess?
I guess the same guy that hit the last home run.
You're guessing Bill Mazeroski. Well, I can tell you it was not A, Roberto Clemente. It was not B, Dick Grote. and it was not D. Bob Skinner. You're exactly right. The same guy that hit the last home run of the '60 season at Forbes Field hit the first home run.
And that's the first and possibly the last that I will get right during the course of this season.
Not true at all, friends. Congratulations, John.
Thanks.
Ron Say leads off the bottom of the 6th. That just tells me we need to make them harder next time.
Well, see, like I told you, I don't really trust you all the time, and I think that was a little bit sneaky there.
I understand that looking back in the Pirate history books that it was not a pretty day for Cincinnati back 25 years ago as the Pirates clobbered the Reds in the home opener of the '60 season. 1 strike on Say. He's 0 for 2 in the game. Looked at a called 3rd strike in the 1st and grounded out in the 4th. The Cubs took a 1-0 lead in the 1st inning. After 2 outs, Matthews doubled. Leon Durham singled, and then Moreland drove in Matthews with the first run of the game. Now look at the Chicago Cubs bullpen. It looked like Warren Brewster warming up. And the Cubs took a 2-0 lead on a solo home run by Moreland in the 4th inning. That's how we stand now. Off day tomorrow, and then Thursday, the Cubs and Pirates here at Wrigley. Jose De Leon and Steve Trout. Madlock fires to first base, and Say is out. Good play by Bill Madlock and by Jason Thompson. Jason able to keep his foot on the base and complete the putout. And the chopper Madlock tested a couple of times today, trying to get Bill to release the ball quicker. Take a look at that play one more time from the left field camera. 1 out. Jody Davis will be the batter. The Cubs on top 2-0. And a called strike. Jose De Leon scheduled to pitch on Thursday. De Leon with 4 of his 7 wins last year against Chicago. Fouled off.
I just discovered something else. You don't want to take your headset off, put it down, and then put it back on.
Not unless you want to tickle your earlobes, huh? Woo. Cubs 2, Pirates nothing on a cold day in Chicago. Oh, good pitch by Roden. Handcuffed Davis. And it's strikeout number 4 for Rick Roden, 2 away. Now the Chicago Cubs play their first 8 games at home. The 2 with the Pirates, and then 3 with the Expos and 3 with the Phillies. The Montreal Expos open up the '85 season with 8 road games. Montreal does not play its first home game until Friday, April the 19th. Sean Dunston, bunt attempt, and it's fouled off, strike 1. Gentleman of the first row had an easy play on the bunt, but he dropped it.
Yep, he muffed the first one of the year.
Bill Madlock. It's a question about whether he'd be able to start the year and would be in the starting lineup for the season opener, but did get the call today. Nobody on and 2 down. Roden's pitch to Dunston. Line to right field. Sean Dunston has his first major league hit. It's hit number 7 for the Chicago Cubs. And they lead 2-0. Now the batter is pitcher Rick Sutcliffe.
And the fans of Wrigley Field responding to Dunston's first major league hit.
On base with 2 outs, Sean Dunston from Brooklyn, New York. Turned 22 years of age in March. Sutcliffe 0 for 1. He also walked in the 2nd. Rick Roden has allowed 2 hits, or rather 2 runs on 7 hits. Has walked 2 and struck out 4. Sutcliffe, good hitting pitcher. Fouled back